This segment of Hak5 is brought to you by Netflix.
Last week, in the midst of the case mod build that took form inside of a Hello Kitty backpack, I had to experiment with a whole lot of fun, new, and interesting things that I'd never played with in Linux, like having 14 wireless USB adapters on a machine. One of the more challenging things, I gotta say, Shannon, these guys.
Is this a pregnancy test? Oh,
It's a USB dongle.
I knew that.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. This is actually my own. This isn't sponsored by T-Mobile or anything, but I did pick up a T-Mobile USB stick because I wanted to be able to provide through the Wi-Fi Pineapple and all the other fun sniffing apparatus in that case mod some 4G internets, and it was just kind of the cheapest and quickest and easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Or so I thought, because this thing has drivers for a Mac, it's drivers for a Windows, but not.
No Linux?
Yeah, go
What?
figure. Kind of though. I got it working, and it's kind of a fun and interesting hack, if you will. So I want to first show lsusb. That command just shows you all of the USB things plugged into your machine right now, and then I'll go ahead and plug this bad boy in. Come on, which way do you go? There you go. All right. Ooh, see, now I'm cool. And then I'll
You're
run
so cool.
lsusb again, and you'll see that there is an additional device. Come on. There it is. All right, so it's the ONDA Communications SPA. The interesting thing about this is this, shows a device ID of 192D, or D2, and then colon 1523. That is a huge problem for me right now. See, what this actually shows up as, if I ls/media, is it shows up as like a USB driver or it shows up as a thumb drive basically.
Yeah.
And they have the drivers on here so that they don't have to ship this thing with an extra, with a CD with drivers.
Okay, yeah.
So you're like, oh cool, so it's both a thumb drive and a modem. Problem is, without the drivers, which are only for Mac and Windows, you can't get this thing to go into USB modem mode.
Yeah.
So I found this really cool tool. It's called USB mode switch, and it's pretty much just a matter of doing apt-get install USB tac mode switch. I already have it installed actually, so I've got the latest version. But once you have that, then you need this ridiculously crazy string, which will allow you to change it from USB thumb drive into a modem. So I did a whole bunch of research. I have it over here in one of my screens, and I actually created a script file, tmobile.sh. And you can see here, you run USB mode switch, tac V, and then the vendor ID, and then tac P, and then the 1523, remember from the LSUSB a second ago. That 1523 is what it is right now. That's it as a thumb drive. And then capital V says, okay, the vendor ID is not going to change. Capital P, that's our target. 1525, that's the actual, once we get into that mode, it's a USB
It's the modem.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then in order to do that, we have to send this tac M in this ridiculously long string. So we send that. I know it's the man pages for it kind of make it sound a lot more simple, but there's a different string for every modem, and there's a whole community of people that have gone and done the research.
Wow.
It's pretty neat too, because what they do is they plug it into a Windows machine with a USB sniffer, and then that string right there is
So that string comes up.
Yeah, that's like the secret command. They're like, I got the secret command. And
Nice.
then using USB mode switch, we can emulate it and kind of throw it back at it. I do a sleep 5 because why not? And then there's this other program that is so cool. It's called Sockets 3G. Now, once this is in USB modem mode, I could use, say, like up here, I've got, I have, what is it, GNOME networking or network monitor. I have network manager, sorry.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have network manager. Remember this from the VPN segment?
Yes.
Well, it could do it just fine, but why not do it from the command line? So much more fun and not have to deal with some crazy PPP stuff. This program, I'm going to show you this, it makes it super, super simple. So it's Sockets 3G. It's a script where, actually let's nano this because it's so much fun. Or Vi will be cool. Sockets 3G, right? So you come down here and you're like, oh, hey, cool. It's an all-in-one script. It does, 3G, 4G modems. You can see here all the dependencies, the USB mode switch. Here's all the different devices.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep coming down here, and then suddenly you're in binary.
What the?
So what's neat about this is he's actually packaged all of the dependencies inside of the script, so you don't actually have to have all of this crazy stuff installed. I love that. And if you run it with SA Hak5 oops, there needs to be a dot there. Hak5 for interactive mode. It takes itself just a moment to boot up because it has to expand all of those dependencies. We have an interactive mode that says, hey, connect with 3G, and you're like, okay, cool, hey, let's do a USB device, and then it finds it, and we're like, yeah, the T-Mobile Rocket 4G prepaid, and I'm like, cool, let's do that. And, well, failed to connect because we're not doing it that way. Anyway, what's interesting about that is as you're going through those interactive steps, it's telling you at the bottom of the screen what those options are, and those options are these right here. Other equals USB modem, and then the modem ID, and then the USB interface, and my APN, which is epc.tmobile.com, and the username, which is GPRS, and then there's actually no password. I had to actually call T-Mobile to get that. I could probably have went to Howard Forums, it's the place to go, but I didn't feel like digging through that. And what's nice about this is I can just LS USB again. I see that I am now 1523. I want to be 1525. So all I have to do is run this USB mode switch. That's why it failed a second ago. Well, I'll just run my T-Mobile script because you can see what it does right there. And it says that it has switched it over. It sees that it's the T-Mobile Rocket 3G or 4G right there, and then it's trying to switch it, and then it's searching for it, and then boom, mode switch succeeded. Bye. And then I do a LS USB again. We can see that's 1525. Hooray!
Yay!
It does a sleep for 5 seconds, and then in just a moment, our script here, Sockets 3G with all of that fun stuff, it's going to go ahead and boom. It says MF591. That's this device connected to T-Mobile. If config. Oh, look at that! PPP0. And I have an IP address of 26.195.107.243. Go ahead and hit that up because it's probably going to change. Anyway, how great is that?
Good job, Darren.
I know. I'm just. It's one of those things where I was at it for like hours and hours and hours, and like.
And you finally got it, and you were like, yes!
I was like gonna give up and go the easy route, and then I was like, no, we'll stay at it. And then that aha moment. So I hope that this somehow makes it to somebody that's also doing this, and then can go, aha.
That's always nice, the aha moment.
Speaking of, we need to stay tuned because we're going to be back with your Technolost Photos of the Week and trivia, so you too can go multicast datagram IP flow? Yeah, we'll be back in just a second. With Netflix, the world's largest subscription streaming service, you can instantly watch thousands of TV episodes and movies on your Microsoft Xbox 360, Sony PS3, even the Nintendo Wii console, or your computer, all for one low monthly price, no late fees, no due dates, and for a limited time, Hak5 viewers get a free 30-day trial membership at netflix.com/HAK5. So go ahead and sign up over there with that URL so they know we sent you. We're nearly wrapped up Hak5, Season 10, Episode 4.
Yay!
But before we go, we'd love to check in and see what you guys are sending us, the creative stuff, right?
Technolost Photo of the Week. This one's from Edward. He sent in this very cool case mod of a computer in a briefcase.
Whoa.
I know,
neat.
right? I know, right?
Yeah,
It is a big, like, scary silver briefcase.
It's not like a Hello Kitty briefcase?
No.
Oh.
It's like one of those,
like a Pelican case?
agent in disguise type briefcases.
Yeah.
Anyway, you
Nice.
guys can send your photos over to feedback@hak5.org if you want to have your own picture on the show maybe next week.
I love putting computers in things that they're not typically put in.
That sounded dirty.
It's Technolust, baby. All right, save me with some trivia.
Okay. The last week's trivia question was, this nerdcore song features the lyric,
My multicast datagram IP flow spreads across routers, making every net glow. I didn't even have to look for that.
You totally did, like
love
halfway
that.
through.
Yeah.
Anyway, the answer was Kickback by Dual Core on his 2009 album Next Level, which we are selling in the Hack
There's
Shop.
one right over there.
There is. There's quite a few over there.
Yay!
And this week's question is, who were the first 3 developers of the Metasploit project? Answer over at hak5.org/trivia for a chance to win something special out of my goodie bag.
Like an ASCII cow? Could they?
Oh,
could they win
that's such
ASCII
a
cow?
good idea.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Moo. Meow.
Okay. Anyway, remember
ASCII
that you
kitty.
can support the show just by subscribing for free. It's easy. Head over to hak5.org/subscribe for all the details, all the ways to do that. If I were talented on
iTunes
YouTube,
and
I'd
YouTube.
point somewhere, but I'm not.
Where do you point on
we
YouTube?
do. I don't
down
know.
There?
We
Subscribe?
somewhere.
Subscribe down there?
We do read the comments though.
And you can get your favorite goodies at hackshop.com, like the Hak5 crew jacket, Dual Core and Dale Chase's albums, and
And
USB
wireless
wireless
radio. This is
adapter.
the exact one that I use on Hacktip, and we've
Very
got them
cool.
in matte black with 9 dBi antennas, and they channel hop like. That's how you channel hop.
listen, Silent Bob does
all
not
right,
take
all right.
his jokes lightly. Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, follow us on Twitter, Google+, Facebook, all the other fun happenings. Find out what's going on. Get your hack tips on and learn all about cool things to do with stuff and technology and funness. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and remind you that I'm Darren Kitchen.
And I'm Shannon Morse.
And we're really tired, so we're going to say, trust your technologist.
And I'm going to steal my popcorn back from Paul before he eats the entire thing.
Popcorn.
Quit eating my popcorn.
My androids got jets.
Yeah, first take snubs.
This nibble was sent in by Pontiac 3000. 6,000 actually. I just nixed like half your handle. I'm really sorry about that. We'll upgrade you in just a bit. All right, let's try that again. What do you say we just leave it cocked like that, huh? Huh? Everybody will think their monitors are off kilter.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Oh, sorry. The Martha Stewart in me has to fix that. All right, cool. Today we have the great pleasure to be joined by Clark Denver. I endeavor to say your name correctly. Oh, you never heard that one before. There's good enough for government work, and then there's good enough for podcast work. And then there's video blogs. Or vlogs. Last time we hooked up, it was at hooked up. Yeah, we hooked up on MySpace. We cybered. So great. Cybered for loot. All right. I'm an android. This is the last take. Promise.
He pays a lot of WoW gold.
Yeah,
It's pretty sweet.
yeah. Take that to the auction house, huh?